Good evening, everyone. My voice is audible. Okay, I'm starting the session now. So, okay, we'll start the session. Before that, let me just revise what we have discussed in our last session, which was on Saturday. Yes. So, anyone remember what was the topic we discussed on that day? Very important it was. Yes, anyone can remember the topic name? Yes, file system, where we discussed the structure. Yes, very nice, Usha. Yes, we discussed the structure of the Linux OS. Yes. So, where exactly what data will be stored, we have discussed. So this is the overall structure with the Linux operating system. So we compare it with Windows also. Yes. So this is the OS structure of the Linux file system structure of Linux. So first, when we install the Linux OS, where it will get installed, we discussed that in detail. Yes, in Saturday session. So here, this is the structure. So our OS will be installed on C drive. Then our root user created data will be stored in /root. The /boot contain the most important part of Linux OS is Linux kernel, bootable file and bootloader through which it will load the OS from hard disk to RAM. That is /boot directory. If it is get corrupted, you cannot log in with any user. You will get an error that is called grub error. On the monitor, what it will show, I said grub greater than. So for that solution is we have to insert the bootable pen drive, go to the rescue mode, reinstall the simply /boot directory. Again, the OS will get loaded and we can get the login screen. We can log in and use the computer and perform our work. Then /bin contain the commands which can be used by all user. /proc contain proc files, yes. Then /dev contain hardware devices information. Yesbin contain commands which can be used by only root user. etc contain configuration file. Service related information, service files will be here. /home contain all users data. /root contain only root user data. Rest of the users data will be there in /home. So for U1, U1 folder will be created. So for U2, U2 folder will be created in /home. Yes. System files will be here. Lib contain library file. Temp contain temporary file. Media is used to access the removable storage device like CD, pen drive, DVD. USR contain installed application. Inbuilt application what we are getting from our OS will be installed in USR. MNT is used to access the partition, new partition. In Windows, everything is accessed through drive letter. In Linux, everything is accessed through directory. Where contain log files, yes. OPT contain what? Third party install application, optional. It is empty directory, which contain when we install third party means the application which we are not getting from our OS. If we download and install it, it will be stored in OPT. So this is the overall structure of the Linux. So I hope you understood this, those who are there. So now can we move to the next topic, that is installation. Yes, can I proceed with the installation? So in our previous sessions, we have discussed first what is Linux introduction. Yes, then we discuss about the why Linux is being preferred in the companies because of its security. Yes, shell, then kernel, then we discuss what we have discussed, then structure of the Linux OS. Then now today we will proceed with installation. So one of the important advantage of installing the Linux OS is Linux OS can be installed on multiple partition. So what is the benefit or advantage with that? So when the one of the OS folder get corrupted in Windows, entire OS will be corrupted. But in Linux, we will install the Linux OS on multiple partition, which we can't do in Windows. So Windows OS will be there on single partition, that is C drive. So in that, it is easy to operate. But disadvantage, if one of the OS folder get corrupted, entire OS will be lost. But in Linux, can install our OS on multiple partition. So our main partition for all the Linux installation, two partition will be default. One is for /root, second one is for /boot. Then depending upon which type of server you are creating, suppose you are creating application server, our third partition should be /usr. No, you are creating user database server. So your third partition will be /home. No, you are creating log server, syslog server. Third partition will be /var. So minimum we have to create for Linux installation 4 minimum. Maximum no limit. You can create 5, 6, 7, but minimum 4 should be recommended. First partition will be /, second partition should be /boot, third partition will be depending upon which type of server you are creating, and the fourth partition will be our to improve the system performance. We have to create one more partition which is called logical memory, which is represented with the names swap. So which makes our system performance enhanced. So what is the use and purpose of swap? We'll be discussing that in a disk management session. So these are the recommended 4 partition. So can I begin with the installation? Okay, before that, I think I have been told, Usha, you have made the payment, yes? You are able to hear me? Yes, okay. Who else has made the payment apart from the Usha? Because in the morning they told me Usha has made the payment. And Abhishek, you also did. You have been told that you will be doing today itself. Yes, you have done. Okay. Anybody else have done the payment apart from Usha and Abhishek? Okay. So please, remaining people also please do it. So Abhishek and Usha, this is my another mail ID. Okay, Varun, you will do today. Sorry, tomorrow. Okay, please do it. Sailaja also, please do it. When you will be doing, Sailaja? I think you are there from initially, You are please able to hear me. Can you reply so that I need to update? Okay, you will do tomorrow. And one more, our friend. I think you joined today, no? Just a second. So this is your first day. Tamil Kumaran. It is your first day. Okay, so you just go through the recordings, and if you have any questions, any doubt, you can ask me after the session. Then you also please decide it. Okay, so those who have done the payment, you just note down this my another mail ID. So you just ping to me. Tomorrow I'll send you the required document. 3 things I'll send you. One practical step file, in that all the practical steps are there from first day to last day, notepad file, and 2 WordPad file, in that I kept all the theory related content. One file standalone standalone topic content, another file network admin part theory related content. So 3 files I'll be sharing to you, Usha and Abhishek. And remaining people also, once you please make the payment, you ping to me. This is my another mail ID. Okay, so I'll send you the required document. Now let me show you the installation. So let me proceed with the installation. So we are going to discuss this course using the RHL. Yes, RHL stands for Red Hat Enterprise Linux. So as I told you in the second day or the first day, we are going to discuss this RHL using what? CentOS. So what is the difference? I'll just repeat it for the benefit of the people who are not there. I think Abhishek was there, Usha was there, even Shailaja, I think she was there. Varun, I'm not sure. Tamil is today only joined. So I told you we are going to discuss RHL, yes, which stands for Red Hat Enterprise Linux. So enterprise means it is similar to like in Windows you have server operating system, no, which will be used in the companies as a on the servers. So same way enterprise Linux is like a server operating system which will be used in the Linux machines in the company. So most of the companies prefer to use Red Hat because it is a very good product. So what the Red Hat doing for RHL, they are charging. They are saying OS is not chargeable. They are saying our OS is, we are not charging for the OS, but we are charging for the support. So if you take our genuine OS, you have to first to purchase. Don't they are saying it is not for the OS. So when you use our OS by paying us, whatever problems you'll get, we'll provide the technical assistance. For that they are charging. So to spread the Linux, some people who are working in different companies as a Linux expert, with the intention to spread the Linux, they form one association with the name CentOS, CENTOS, where C stands for community, group of people. ENT means enterprise, operating system. So they convince the Red Hat people, their intention is not to earn any money, just to spread the Linux. So the Red Hat people also, now, the Red Hat people, what they are doing, whenever they are releasing any version, they are giving the source code to the CentOS people. So exact copy of that they are releasing CentOS people. Whenever Red Hat releases any version, same thing is released by whenever it is released with any name, like for RHL1 CentOS 1, for 2 CentOS 2, for RHL3 like that. So we are going to discuss RHL7 because most of the servers are on RHL7. So if any server is used RHL8 also, exactly same command will be supporting. Even installation will be same. I have checked that. Okay. The size is more for RHL9, which is latest, but still it is not stable. So companies are not using that. Size is 9.9 GB. So we are going to work on the CentOS 7, which is exactly most of the companies prefer to use. So I'll be showing you the installation on RH7 through the CentOS 7, because installation structure, everything will be same, even the commands between RHL and CentOS. Is it okay for the people who are especially new? Is it clear? Or if you have any confusion or any query you have, please ask me. If it is okay, I'll proceed with the installation. No, if you have any query, please ask me. So can I continue then with the installation? Okay, nice. So here, this is the file I'll be sharing with you. So tomorrow I'll share you. So just ping to me on my mail ID. I'll send you tomorrow, because by the session, uh, by the time I end the session, it will be too late. So tomorrow morning I'll send you. Okay. So now here I have given you the link. You can have 8 also, but I'll prefer you people use this 7. So here we should do this installation directly. No. So like most of our people will be using our laptop or our desktop with Windows operating system. Like my laptop here, my laptop is having which OS? Windows 10, you can see Pro. So if anybody is using the home edition, I'll suggest you better use Pro, professional edition. It will be better. Then what you have to do, without disturbing this OS on this Windows operating client operating system, we have to install one application. I think you might have heard the technology called virtualization. Yes, have some idea about virtualization? Okay. So without disturbing our physical machine, what we have to do this course, first we have to download the you can use the virtual box, but generally this Oracle virtual box is supported for the working on the software languages because it is light in weight. But if you want to work like a administrator, the best application is VMware. Ubuntu is one of the flavor of the Linux. It is not a virtualization technology. Virtualization technology like, don't say sorry, you just, I'm informing you. So VirtualBox is there, but that is suitable for the software side. If you want to work on the administration side, best one is VMware. Maximum people uses what? VMware. And the other one is Hyper-V from the Microsoft Windows. But the best one is VMware. So in this practical step file, which I am going to give you, uh, I have given you the 17th Pro VMware. So you please don't copy the heading. For your understanding, I put it. So what I'm doing, I'm copying this and pasting it in the chat box. So everybody just copy and paste it in some WordPad or Notepad. This link which I'm going to give you. Uh, Anyhow, this file I'll be sharing you. But for the time being, I put it in the your chat box. If you want, you can copy it. So when you are downloading this, so first what you have to do, you have to go to this link and download the VMware. So please see here, don't copy the heading, copy the link only. Like here, I'm copying the link, then I'm browsing, I'm opening the browser just to show you that this link is working. Then paste the link. Now here the option is buy. You don't go to that, you come down, you will find here Windows 10, workstation 17 Pro for Windows. So our physical OS is what? Windows. On that we have to download this. If your physical OS is Linux, for this, but I think nobody is using the Linux on their physical machine. So you better download this option. So I have given you the such a link that it will not ask any detail. Normally when we download, it will ask information like mail ID, so many information. So that if you give dummy also, it will download. But here direct link is there. This is just once you click on this, it will start downloading. It will be in MB. So once it is downloading, where it will get download? Onto the download folder. So after downloading this, you have to go to the downloads. There you can find this. So just double click, next, install. It will ask the key. So the key also I have given you. So in this, the key is there. So don't write manually, just copy and paste it. So that also I'm putting in the chat box. So this is the key. So just give this key. Don't copy the heading, just copy the key and paste it. It will ask the key, paste it. Then restart the machine. So one icon will appear like this. So first thing what you have to do, download the VMware. After downloading, go to the download, double click next, install. Give the license key. Then once the system is restarted, one icon you will find on the desktop of the Windows machine. So this is the first thing you have to do. Don't install the Linux OS directly on your physical machine. Just you have to first download the VMware. After downloading the VMware, you have to install the VMware. So after installing the VMware, you have to create one virtual machine. How to create, I'll show you. Up to this, everybody understood? Is it clear? Okay. So recently they have launched the RHL 9 also. So that link also I have. I'll put that into the file, but that is too large file, 9.9 GB. So this is the latest one, CentOS 9. So I have the link for this. I'll put it in the file. I'll prefer you people to work on 7, but if anybody is interested on the latest 9, so I have the link for Red Hat also, CentOS also. For CentOS, it will not ask any detail. For Red Hat link, it will ask the details. So if you give some dummy detail also, mail ID should be correct, other detail can be dummy. So that also I'll try to paste it in your file. So this file also I'm just adding it. So I'll prefer you people to use the 7. This is 7. So I'm just pasting here this 9 also for your information. And same thing here also I'm pasting. If anybody is interested, you can copy this also. But ideally, you can just for this course, you can go for this. So this I also I'm putting. This is the 7, CentOS 7, which is equivalent to RHEL 7. So that also, because it is lighter in weight, it is stable. Whenever any new OS comes, some bugs will be there. No company directly uses the new version. The stable will be used. That's why most of the still servers are running on 7. That's why I prefer to use the 7. Is it clear? So if you download the 9 also, same command. Yes. Stability means whenever any new things comes, some issues will be there, some bugs will be there, some patching has to be done. So this all, it will take some time. Yes. So I hope you are understanding. Yes, Kumaran. Okay. So now I am providing you the link for the 7. This is 7. I'll prefer you people to download this 7. So here also I'm just showing you. So you copy this. This is for operating system CentOS 7. This version is 7.9. So you just please copy the heading. Don't copy anything which is there in the heading or in the bracket. Just copy the link. Now this link is also working. I'll show you. Copy this link. Go to the browser. So only for downloading you need internet, and every day's practical you can do without internet. So here, see our number of OS is starting with what? 2.7 GB. So here also 9.5 GB is there. That is not required. I will prefer you 4.4. So that's why in the bracket I have written, see here, 4.4 GB, you download the second one. So here also the link is such that it will not ask any detail. Just simply click on here. It will start downloading. So I repeat once again, what you have to do. First, you download the VMware, then install it. After downloading and installing the VMware, second thing you have to do, you have to download the ISO image of the Linux operating system. The link which I have given to you. Okay. So here just to download the ISO image. So some people what they are doing after downloading the ISO image, they are either extracting or compressing it. So for the ISO image, just you download, don't do anything. For VMware, you have to install it. Whether I am clear to everybody? Whether I am clear to everybody what you have to do? For installation, first to download the VMware. After downloading the VMware, double click on this, go to the download and double click and next install it. Then after installing the VMware, download the CentOS operating system, I'll prefer you to do 7. Okay. So 7 you download. So this one 4.4 GB. Just click on this, it will start download. After downloading the ISO image, please don't extract it, don't compress it. You just keep the ISO image as it is. Is it clear to everyone? Is it clear to everyone? Okay, so once these two things are ready, you have to download the VMware and install it. After that, download the ISO image. So once these two things is ready, we can proceed with the installation. So once you have downloaded the VMware and install it and downloaded the ISO image, next thing what you have to do, create first one virtual machine so that we can install the Linux on that. Virtual machine means it is not an imaginary machine. Exactly how the physical machine will work, same way it will work. Just it will not disturb our physical machine. Okay. Okay, can I proceed now? I'll show you using the VMware how to create a virtual machine. Can I show you? So the session is getting recorded. So you please all of you follow the same thing. Yes. Okay, fine. So now after installing the VMware, you restart the machine, give the license key, which I have given you, crack key that is. Then one icon will appear with the VMware name. So double click on the VMware to create a virtual machine so that we can install this Linux on virtual machine without disturbing our physical machine. So when we are practicing, we have to power on. When we are not practicing, power off. Okay. So first we have to create a virtual machine. So first double click on the VMware, then click on the option, create a new virtual machine. So this window will come here. How many options you can find? So I repeat once again. So just after installing the VMware, double click on this VMware. Then this will come. So I'm using the old version. Nothing will happen. 15 Pro. I have given you 17th version. Same steps will be there. So click on create a new virtual machine. So here you have two options, typical and custom. So you have to go with which option? Typical. So when you use the typical option, what happens? It will automatically apply. It will automatically apply the processor, one processor from our processor and 1 GB of RAM. So without that, the machine cannot be created. Then click on next. Then after that, you have to select here. By default, second option will be there. So you have to use by default which option? Third option. I will install the operating system later. So I repeat, after going with the typical, click on next. Here, select the third option. I will install the operating system later. Then click on next. Here, which operating system we are installing? Linux. So our guest operating system should be Linux. So in that, so many flavors are there. So we have to go with, I'm going with CentOS 7, which is a 64-bit. Then next. Here you can give any name or you can continue. So here you can see after the installation also you can change the name. Now here where this machine is getting created by default in C drive, but I want to do it in some other drive. So I have to do in some other drive. So go to the browse, click on browse. I have E drive. Then I'm creating one folder with the name Linux. So this is the machine I'm using for your batch. So I'm writing for 10 p.m. batch. Okay, one folder is created. Next. So it is default taking how much? 20 GB. So you can proceed with 20 GB because I'm taking multiple batches. So I have less space in the hard disk. So I'm giving here 12 GB. You can continue with 20 GB. Then select here less than 12, it will not work. That is the minimum it can support. So I'm going giving 12 GB. Then go with the first option. Instead of second option, you select store the virtual disk as a single file. Then next, before finish, see now no OS is working on 32-bit. Everything is working on 64-bit. So here for processing, it will provide you the 64-bit to the processor, which will work faster. So it will take 64-bit to do the task. So the bigger the bigger, faster it will work. So that's why now nobody is using the 32-bit architecture. To do the processor, it is taking 64-bit. So the higher the bit, higher or faster will be the speed. So now before you click on finish, you have to go to the customize hardware. Click on customize hardware. Now here we are installing through the ISO image. That ISO image option will be there in under the CD DVD. So click on customize hardware. Then here you have to select the third option, new CD DVD. In that CD DVD option, you can find under the connection, you can find use ISO image. So click on that, click on browse. Then after downloading, it will be there in downloads. So I copied and kept it in here. Okay, I have kept in some other drive. Go send to S7. This is the 9. Okay, I think I kept it in E drive. Yes. So this is the ISO image. 4.4 GB. Click, give that path and say open. Then close it. Then we can finish. Click on finish. So suppose you have forgotten to click on customize hardware and you click on finish. Nothing will happen. Nothing will happen. Before you do the installation or before you proceed with the installation, what you have to do, if you have forgotten to go to the customize hardware, before you start the installation, you just click here, CD DVD. Now, if you have forgotten to give the path, now you can click on CD DVD, select the option ISO image, browse, go to your ISO image, select it, open, okay. So this is how you can give it. So have you understood how to give the path? Is it clear? If it is yes, I'll proceed with the installation. Yes, everyone understood. Remaining people also. Shailaja, Usha. Who else is there? Varun. Yes, sorry, I've forgotten your name. So still no reply from Usha and Shailaja. Okay, got it. Usha, did you understood? Because you didn't reply. If you have doubt, you please ask me. If you understood, we'll go with the installation. So is it clear to everybody up to this, how to create a virtual machine? So can I proceed then with installation? Okay. So now I'm clicking on power on. So now I'll proceed with what? Power on this virtual machine. Then this is the to make the screen full size. So to begin with the installation, click on power on. Then here you can see this option. full enter. Just keep the cursor, it will show you. Enter the full screen. Now, which option is highlighting? Second option. So that is used for installing through the DVD. We are doing through the ISO image. So what you have to do, just you select the screen first, you select it, then use the up arrow key. What you have to use after selecting up arrow key? So now which option is highlighting? First option. So you have to select the first option. I hope you are understanding. Second option will be there. So using up arrow key, first option highlight. Then after selecting the first option, press enter. Press enter. Again, it will ask us to press enter. Again, one more time, enter. So now you got the first option. In any operating system, the first option will be what? Language. So now here, these are the different languages. So I'm going with the default language. What is that? English. In that also different English also have little bit of variations. So I'm going with the default English of United States. Then click on continue. So first option will be our language. After selecting the language, click on continue. Now you got a window. So are you seeing here begin installation option highlighting? No, because you have to configure this thing. After that only this option will highlight. So now first you have to set the date and time. So first you have to click on date and time because here the date and time is New York, America. So you have to change to your desired location. So for that, click on date and time. So from here also you can change, but it will take more time. So better option is like I want Indian time. So I can use the map. So go inside the map and select like for India, the location is what? Kolkata region. So here, Kolkata region. So then now you can set the date and time. So right now, I think the time is, I'll take better 12 hours. So it is now PM and the time is 10. It is 10:40, 50. So I'm putting it 10:50. Now PM. Now the date you can see, this is the month. You can see 12 months. This is the date. So first month, then the date, then the year. So it is the date is correct. Time is correct now. Now after that, we have to click on done. So it is updated. Now language already we have set. Do not do anything to the language support. Already keyboard language is there. Now come down here. Next option is very important. After setting the date and time, you have to go to the software selection. Don't do anything to the installation source. So under the software selection, what option you see here? Minimal install. So if you proceed with this option, what happens? After the installation is completed, you will get only text screen, means you can log in only in the text mode. Mouse will work. Sorry, only keyboard will work. Mouse will not work in text mode. So if you want both text mode and graphical mode, means you click on software selection and select this option, server with GUI or Genome desktop. Genome is the name of the desktop in Linux. So better option is server with GUI. So under software selection, select the option server with GUI instead of minimal install, so that you can work in graphical mode as well as text mode. Then click on next. Sorry, click on done. Here next option will not be there, instead of that done. Now it is verifying. You have to wait for a few seconds. It will be updated. Now see here, it is updated. So we have to change the date and time, and under the software selection we have to select a server with GUI. So don't do anything to the installation source. It is taken default our ISO image DVD, that is our local media. So begin installation is highlighting no. So here this is the red mark. So unless until you don't configure this, you're not going to get the begin installation option. So for that, now we can install the Linux OS on multiple partition. So for that, click on installation destination. Now here you can see three options. If you go with the first option, automatically configure partitioning, means Linux OS will be installed on two partition, 1/1/boot. But recommended, not a rule, but recommended partition is minimum 4. So for that, it is better you go to the second option. So here under the installation destination, select the second option. I will configure partitioning. Then click on done. Now here the partition is created through the LVM. So how many of you know the LVM? I hope you may be knowing, or you don't know. Anybody? What is LVM? Do you know? Anyone? So by default option is what? LVM. So do you know the LVM? No idea. Okay, that's why most of the people will don't know. So we have a session LVM, so that we are going to discuss in disk management. So for that we don't know, or most of the people don't know what is LVM. So best option to install the Linux OS is LVM, but for that we should know the LVM. Since most of you might be freshers or beginners, so we will have this topic in the coming day session when we discuss the disk management. So once you know the LVM, in the future when you do the installation, always do the installation of the partition through LVM, because today you just remember what is the advantage of using the LVM partition is whatever size we are going to give now, that we can able to increase it or resize it with the LVM. So what is the benefit or advantage when we install the Linux OS, or when we create the Linux partition with the LVM? Whatever size today we are giving, in the future we can able to increase that size with the LVM. So LVM is a process which can be used for resizing. So that process we are going to discuss in coming day session. So today you can just do with what? Go with the standard partition. So whatever size now I'm giving through the standard partition, what is the disadvantage of that? We cannot resize. Whatever size we are giving, that remain fixed, that cannot be changed. But if you have selected the LVM, but for that we should know the LVM. Whatever size we give through the LVM, in the future we can able to increase that size. But it's standard partition, we can't. So I hope you understood now what is the advantage of LVM. But since we don't know the LVM, we will proceed today with creating the partition through standard partition. So can I proceed? Yes. Okay. So now I have selected Instead of LVM partition, I have selected standard partition. Now I'm creating the partition. How to create the partition? Click on plus. If you use the LVM option also same. But when we use the LVM in the future, we can resize. With the standard partition, we can't resize. This is the difference. So now click here and select. We discussed the structure always. Yes, already. Yes, already we discussed the structure. So our when we install the Windows OS, it will get installed on C drive. So when we installing the Linux, we have to install the Linux OS where on slash partition. Yes, this is structure we have discussed now on Saturday. So first your partition should be slash. So our OS size is 4.4. So you should not give less than 4.5. So you have to give more than that. So I'm giving 6 GB. So you give 6 GB for the slash. So whichever partition we did not give the size, they all will take the size from the slash. That's why we should give the more size to the slash. Then like in Windows, the folders will take space from C drive. Here they will take it from slash. But in Windows, can we create a separate partition for a program file, users? No, but in Linux we can do. These are the important subfolders of the Linux. So whichever folder name is given, we can take that, or if you want to write some new name, that also we can write. So first partition should be slash, second partition should be slash boot. So this required 300 MB space. So you can give 300 also, or you can give 500. So whether I give any unit name like KB, MB, GB, no. So once I just write the number and press add mount point, it will take the value in MB. So slash, I've given 6 GB and slash boot 500 MB. So please remember that when we create the LVM partition also, slash boot always will have standard partition, because this you cannot resize. Except slash boot, all partition can be resized, but slash boot where kernel is present, resize cannot be done. So it will always have standard partition. If it go through the LVM partition also, slash boot will have standard partition. Now, if I am making user database server, I can make third partition as slash home. Now I'm making log server means third partition should be slash var. Now I'm making third partition as the application server. So I can have third partition as slash USR. I can give some size like 2 GB, add mount point. So whichever name is not there also I can create. So just to show you I have created this. So suppose to delete the partition which we have created by mistake, you can use select that minus to delete, plus to create. So I want user database server. So user database server. So I'm selecting third partition as slash home. So we are using this only for training purpose. So 500 MB will be enough. So 3 partition is over. Now 4th partition should be swap. So 4 is enough for our practical purpose. Swap. Swap you have to give 1 GB. What is the use of swap? We'll discuss that in disk management. Add mount point. So how many partitions over? 4. So you will be getting the recording session. So still if you want you can note it down. Otherwise you see the recording session while doing the installation. And accordingly this value only you give it, which is suitable for lab purpose, for practical, doing the practicals. Is it clear up to this? If it's clear up to this, please tell yes so that I can proceed to the next step. Have you understood up to this, everyone? So if you want, if you have gone with the Abhishek, if you have gone with the standard partition, you cannot increase the size. That you cannot increase. So you have to reinstall the OS. If you have selected the LVM, you can increase it. That is the difference. Understood? Okay. So now I am going with Going with what? Once our required partition is created, we have to go with done. Now it is asking, do you want to cancel the installation or accept? Accept means we can proceed. So click on accept the changes. Now which option is highlighting? Begin installation. Now you can click on begin installation. So here we have to set the root password. Who is root? Root is the administrator account. I hope you remember that. So we have to set the password. So click on root password. So if you forget the root password, you can reset it. So even though it is not there in the syllabus, I'll put it into the file so that you can practice it. Okay. How to reset the root password? If the root password is forgotten or somebody has changed it, we can reset it. So that I'll put it in the file. You can do it easily. So now I'll suggest you what you can give your name as your root password so that you will not forget your name. So you can give your name as a password for the root, because root password, if you forget, you can reset, but further process is there. That is not there in the RSS syllabus. So even then I'll put it that in the file, you can practice it. And if you get doubt, you can ask me. Okay, so here it will say your password should be minimum 8 character, but I have given 6. Still it will accept? Yes. So if you can't remember your name also, you can just use first character of your name as a root password. Simple password you can use. Even one letter it will accept. Then click on done twice. So forcefully it has accepted. Then click on user creation. Compulsory you have to create one user with any name, any password. Even one letter also it will accept. Here you can see. Click done twice to make it accept forcefully. So now it has to install 1348 applications. Already 233 is over. So now it will take time around 10 to 15 minutes. So what we can do, when the installation is going on, you should never power off. Otherwise your OS will be lost. So once the installation is completed, then only power off. So during the installation is going on, we don't have the time. What you can do, you can just click on suspended mode. So I'm keeping in suspended mode. So tomorrow when we start the session, we will start from where we are stopping from there. And we will proceed tomorrow with basic commands. So before I close the session, please tell me, have you understood the session? Or if you have any questions, any doubt, ask me. Yes, anyone, any questions, any doubt? Or can I close the session? So, okay, nice. Everybody is okay? So can I keep it in suspended mode because the installation is not over? Yes, can you confirm others? Our friend Tamil has done. Kumaran. Okay, Abhishek. How to access the recorded method means they are directly sending you on your mail ID, I think. Just you have to double click, open the video. Anybody has observed, open the videos and gone through the videos? Okay, okay. You have done the payment, no? So after that, they'll send you. Tomorrow, maybe they'll sending you. So once everybody make the payment, they'll create one Google Drive and they'll send to you. Just you have to double click. Okay. So can I suspend the session and can we continue tomorrow? Suspend the OS. Okay. Is it okay? Others also? I didn't get any reply from Varun, Usha, and Saleja. Okay. Okay. So I'm keeping in suspended mode. So see you tomorrow. So see you tomorrow. Good night. Have a nice day. See you tomorrow. I'm closing the session. Good night.